East Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live,
accompanied by his mother, Shauna Buffin, as well as Waskom ISD Athletic Director Wade Lawson. Davion also received $1,005 college scholarship. Please join me along with KYKX Sports Department, Good Brother Heating and Air, and Patterson Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Marshall in congratulating these two outstanding high school student athletes. Kicks 1057 is proud to award 2 scholarships to each of the KYKX Game of the Week. Harlan and Bob would like to thank you for your support of high school sports in East Texas. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. And my name is Keith. Got Jeremy with me, Calvin on the camera, and we are in Waskom, Texas at the Jimmy E. Cox Stadium for Waskom Wildcats. And we're bringing you tonight's game between the Wildcats of Waskom and the visiting Big Sandy Wildcats. Sorry, that was a tongue twister there, Jim.
I mean, when it's Wildcat on Wildcat, it's going to be a natural tongue twister. That's just
really
how it
is. And we're about to have the national anthem, looks like, because they're lining up and holding each other's shoulders. So we're going to go to that, and we'll be ready for some Thursday night football. We'll be right back. And that was the Waskom High School Band doing the national anthem for us. And kind of a big game here, getting close to the end of the season, as I believe we're on, week 8?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, week 8, so we have a couple more games left in the season, and a lot of things riding. We get closer to the playoffs, and so we got the captains about to head onto the field, and Jeremy and I and all of us are out amongst the people. We are out in the stands, so it's going to be a little bit louder. We're going to try to be as loud as we can to give you the best we can here. But Jeremy, talk about these two teams that we're about to watch tonight.
Well, you got to tell 2 stories, though. I think Waskom is obviously playing for some playoff bidding, I guess you would say. And as for Big Sandy, I think they're still trying to find themselves. They got a lot of young players, key players, but I think they're still trying to find their identity. And you know, sometimes it just takes a program a little bit to get started. I think that's kind of what they're waiting on now, is kind of figure out what they want to do. You can almost tell they've got the talent, but the kids are thinking too much. I think once they start buying in and kind of figure out who they are, things will start clicking.
Yeah, you and I talked about it before the game, but, you know, I've watched a couple of the Big Sandy games.
Same.
They have the talent. They have that ability, like you talked about. It's just that close, that ability to just go that extra step to make that finish. They just haven't found it yet. The captains are on the field right now, and we're trying to get those and get that coin toss for you. And it looks like number 55, Brennan Ferentz, number 60, Dylan Gallagher, number 6, Skylar Hamburg, and number 52, Landon Hartman are your Big Sandy captains, and we'll get you.
Waskom's a little tough to read. That gray with those little maroon letters.
For us.
I've got 2 of the 4, but number 3, Davison Buffin, and then number 22, Nate Espy is the 2 I can see.
Yeah, we did a game with Ore City, and that was just about the same way, and you just couldn't. Sometimes, the jerseys look neat, but it's really hard to read those numbers sometimes.
I almost feel like if you're going to go that route and have a darker jersey, a darker letter, things like that, it's going to be tough to read at nighttime.
Right.
Most of these games are at night.
Have an outline.
Exactly, like a bright color outline to it.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're maroon and you're doing gray, but you do a white outline and not a maroon. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, it's just me. I
digress.
But we have the coin toss. Let's see what the referee is going to say. And it looks like Big Sandy won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half, which is usually what happens. So the Waskom Wildcats are going to receive, and they'll have the ball to start off the ball game here, and that's going to be a big thing for Waskom. And what are the records? I know Big Sandy is 0-8 on the season. Let me look. I have that. I should have looked at that before. Big Sandy is 0-7, excuse me, overall, and they are last place in District 2A Division, or District 10, Region 3. And then Waskom is sitting at 5-2, 3-1 in district, and they are sitting in third place right now. So a big thing for them to get these wins. Elysian Fields and Beckville are the two teams that are ahead of them. Beckville also 3-1 in district. Of course, Elysian Fields 4-0 in those. So that rounds up the top three in 2A Region 3.
That makes that matchup coming up on Halloween for Elysian Fields and Waskom even bigger.
Correct, yeah. So tonight's game is going to be a fairly good one, I believe. Again, Big Sandy, despite their 0-7 record, are a good team. They have bursts of greatness that come out.
Quality pieces all over the place.
And so, and even I think one of the Waskom coaches came over here and was talking to us earlier and said they have great players, so they're not counting out Big Sandy showing up.
No, I think the biggest key is just when it finally clicks.
Yeah.
And that could be tonight.
And it could be tonight, so you can't count them out. There's the kick, and we're off here in Waskom, Texas. There's the run up the middle. He's got a wide open hole, and he's being chased down, finally taken down by Brandon Jitjang. And we're going to say the Jitjang brothers probably all night tonight, as both of them are big components to this Big Sandy team. And the offense for the Wildcats of Waskom are going to head out onto the field.
Yeah, I would say it's fair to mention Jitjang will probably get mentioned more than any last name tonight.
Right, exactly.
On the Big Sandy side.
And there's two of them. And so here come the Wildcats of Waskom. They're on their side of the field. It'll be first down and 10 on the 39-yard line. And there's a toss out to the outside. He's going to go to the right-hand side, and he's hit, and I believe that's number 10. Nope. Yeah, is that number 10?
Yeah, looks like 10. Joe Irving?
Yeah, that's Joe Irving on the toss.
He ran over a couple Wildcats to pick up about 10 there, exactly.
Yep, got a 10-yard gain for a first down. I'm going to have to get used to it. We're on the visitor side, so I'm used to looking across to see where the yard markers are. Now I'm going to have to look on this side. So it's first and 10. Ball's on the 29-yard line. And Chris Hernandez is the quarterback. And he's going to go under center for Waskom. And he's going to keep it, try to bounce to the outside. He grabs the corner down the right-hand sideline, gets just to the line to gain. Let's see if they're going to give him first down, and yes, they are. He gained about 12 on the play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were just going to go ahead and pull it off, because it looked like he might have stepped down a little early, but I think he finally picked up those extra 2 yards to move the chains.
So another first down. 2 plays, 2 first downs for Waskom. And Chris Hernandez gets the play on the 16-yard line, first down and 10. Goes under center. Here's the snap. It's a handoff up the middle, trying to see who it is. Does get a good drive on that play.
I want to say that's number 7, Bubba Jones, on that one.
That's a good drive. Not a first down, but about 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up second down at the 9-yard line. They're going straight back to the line, Jeremy. There it is. And he's going to keep a little option play, and he drops it behind the line of scrimmage. And a good option. Looks like the speed option is what they're trying. That's going to be number I believe number 10 on the play, Joe Irving.
Yeah, Joe Irving just couldn't handle it. Joe Hernandez had a nice little toss out there to him, just unable to grab it. Of course, Big Sandy was there, but the ball rolled out of bounds, stays with Waskom.
So that's a loss on the play.
It is
right
a loss,
at the,
yes.
Almost to the original line of scrimmage where they had it. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9 from the 15-yard line. Under center is Hernandez. He's going to hold on to it, and he gets good job by the defense, even though Hernandez did gain a lot of yardage on the play, but they kept him from bouncing to the outside as the defensive ends kind of cut around the corner and cut off that outside lane.
Yeah, they did go ahead and give him the first down. I thought it was going to be close, maybe within 6 inches there, but they went ahead and gave it to him. They haven't really measured much. They're just eyeballing it. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Sure, why not? And it was really, I mean,
it was right there at it.
Yeah, it was a 9-yard gain. So 1st and goal, handoff up the middle, and they're going to get him at about the 4-yard line, and that's going to be Bubba Jones, number 7 on the carry, to the 4-yard line. 2nd down and goal from the 4.
I do like the rotation of runners that Waskom uses. It's always somebody, seems with fresh legs. It's not just one guy doing a kind of a workhorse job. It's a running back by committee.
And a good speed option. That's what it seems like their offense is a speed option offense. Hernandez back under center. Man in motion. That's going to be number 22, Nate Espy. Espy to the outside, and he's just inside the pylon. And that's a touchdown.
Yeah, I think Nate Espy was untouched, just pretty much walked the dog around the end.
Just went right in. And with 9:32 left in the first quarter, Waskom up by 6, and the point after crew is coming out. And can you see the number of the kicker?
No.
He's kind of at a bad angle for both of us here.
I see the holder.
Yeah, that's number 1.
Jackson Hicks
on that. So the extra point attempt for the Wildcats of Waskom. Both teams are Wildcats. It's going to be fun to deal with. Kick is up, kick is through, and the kick is good. And so 9:32 left. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NETSN.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
And we are back at Jimmy E. Cox Stadium in Waskom, Texas. And we're glad that you are watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe and chat with us. Let us know where you're watching from. Waskom getting ready to kick off after that first offensive round touchdown. 7-0. They're going to do a little onside kick, and they're going to bounce it. Good Waskom bounce, but a great job by the Big Sandy Wildcats to just jump on that. That's going to be number 3, Jamori Pullum. And he's going to jump on that to get the ball.
I'm going to tell you right now, that was the craziest bounce I've ever seen on a kickoff. That was like a knuckleball.
But they did a good job to get on that. So now 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line in their own territory as the Big Sandy Wildcats are going to get in there and see what they can do in their first offensive series. And so quarterback in there, and it looks like it's going to be
Hawkins,
Kaylor Hawkins, and that's going to be tossed out to Williams. And usually he's been out injured. But it looks like he's back in tonight.
I saw his first game back, and you can tell he's just a big addition to this offense. And if they can just get a playmaker like him the ball, there's no telling what he can do.
Got a 4-yard gain on that one, so it's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. So Kaylor Hawkins coming back in as the quarterback. And usually Jonathan Taylor has been the quarterback most of the season, but again, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a game for the Big Sandy Wildcats. Hawkins is going to hand off. And nowhere for.
That's Aiden Hodge.
Is that hot? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
nowhere
wearing
for him
22.
to go.
I don't know if you have him as 22.
I do not.
Yeah.
I have him for 15. I can change him.
He
real
changed
quick.
from 15 to 22 a couple games back. I only know that because I
Gotcha.
covered him a couple weeks back. But yeah, what I was going to say about Taylor, though, is that actually he started the season at receiver, and they had to put him at quarterback because they lost a player to transfer
I got you.
early on
Yeah.
who was going to play quarterback for them.
Gotcha.
So that's another reason why you see a lot of people playing different positions, and this
There
is
you
something
go.
else, something new for Big Sandy.
So a loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 7 to go. And Hawkins out to the right-hand side. And he's going to go down.
Yeah, I think the turf monster got him on that one.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the first series for the Big Sandy Wildcats was not as fruitful as it was for the Waskom Wildcats, and the punt team is going to come out. And it looks like Jeff Valdez is going to be back for the punt team. And 2 people are going to be back. Joe Irving is 1, and I can't see that far across to see the other one. There's 2 back. But Valdez is ready to take the deep snap. There it is. Good deep snap. Here's the punt. High to the right-hand side. And it's going to be caught out of bounds at about the 34-yard line of the Wildcats of Waskom. They'll take it over. And that's where they'll have it. Jeremy, what do you think about the first drive of Waskom? We didn't get to talk about it much. They started off.
Yeah, they're pretty quick about calling the plays and getting the plays rotated in. But like I said earlier, I like the fact of not having just a workhorse running back. It's a run by committee. You've got the quarterback that can do whatever, but that speed option is really nice. Obviously, they fumbled one out of bounds, and if you're Big Sandy, you'd like to get one of those. They've been a little careless with the ball in that sense, but other than that, been pretty rock solid. I think their offensive line's getting a great push up front.
Yeah, excuse me, you're right. That speed there, and that's going to be a little difficult for Big Sandy to stop. They're going to have to find a way to cut off that outside lane for those guys on those tosses to keep them to the inside where the pursuit's happening. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 34-yard line. There's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Good push stop. Only gain of about 4 on the play. Actually, they're going to give him 5. Trying to see who that was. I think that's going to be Bubba Jones on the carry.
Yeah, you're correct.
He's 2nd and 5 for Waskom.
What I was going to say, though, is kudos to Big Sandy to not let him get something bigger because he almost broke it there.
Yeah. So a gain of 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Yeah, it was a good swarm by the Big Sandy Wildcats to make that stop.
The whole team kind of converging
Yeah.
the ball. That's what you want. You want to see everybody hustling to the ball.
Hernandez under center. Man, oh, yeah, that's going to be a flag. I was going to say 2-minute motion, you can't do that. And that's going to back up Waskom.
Go ahead and mark that down. My penalties for them?
Yeah, that was going to be a little bit of a mistake. Nate Espy and Joe Irving moved at the same time in a motion. Just a little blown play. 6:13 left in the first quarter. We've got a lot of games tonight. Some weather is supposed to accrue over East Texas tomorrow night. So some of the games from tomorrow night moved to tonight. So we're going to try to give you some game scores later on in the broadcast. One right now, I can tell you, Chapel Hill Pine Tree over there in Pine Tree. 7-6, Chapel Hill leads. 8:01 left in the first quarter there. And a fake handoff, Hernandez is going to keep it to the left-hand side. He's hit from behind. He had a lot of green grass in front of him, but Kamarian Williams came from behind and grabbed him and took him down. A great job by Williams to save that big gain that could have been.
I was going to say that was a great open field tackle, and as Hernandez tried to cut back across the middle, he had nothing but wide open field in front of him.
Yeah.
He didn't make that tackle.
It did gain a first down for Waskom, but it could have been a lot more. So great job by Williams.
And Hernandez got some quick feet.
Yeah, he did. He saw that opening and he just cut right over on that outside tackle there. First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. He's going to hand off. Up the middle goes Bubba. I like that name, Bubba Jones. Just sounds like a Deep East Texas name right there.
I was going to say, what else would you be besides either a running back or a linebacker?
Yeah.
Like Bubba Jones should be a running back or a linebacker.
Gain of 6 on the play, and Waskom is now in Big Sandy Wildcat territory at the 49-yard line. It's going to be second down and 4. Hernandez and the team looking over to the sidelines, getting the play. Breaks under center. Hernandez now. Bubba Jones behind him, man in motion. And it's going to be the option to the outside. And he's got wide open field. And that's going to be all the way. Touchdown, Joe Irving for Waskom.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was catching Joe once he hit that corner. I don't know if you saw that another gear he kicked in.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
man, that boy was quick.
Yeah, once he passed the tackle, he was like, there's nobody but green grass all the way. And Chris Hernandez is the kicker. We found that out last time. So he's a double threat guy, kicker, quarterback. Of course, at this level, and they probably play both sides of the ball and all sides of the ball.
I'd say kicker, quarterback, probably punter, and maybe safety.
Heck of a kicker there. That's a good kick. It's up and it's good. And 4:22 left in the first quarter. And your score here in Waskom. The Wildcats of Waskom 14, Big Sandy Wildcats 0. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make. And at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
Back here in Waskom, still in the first quarter, 4:22 left in the first. I was saying earlier, a lot of games got moved from tomorrow night to tonight due to inclement weather possibly coming. Of course, you know East Texas weather just as good as I. Could be beautiful tomorrow night. I'll be in Troop tomorrow night for the Troop West Rusk game. Hopefully that will be good because I'll be in the stands tomorrow night as well.
Like we always say in Texas, you don't like the weather, stick around for 5 minutes, it'll change.
Oh, yeah. And looking probably for another onside attempt here for Hernandez and the Waskom Wildcats. Here we go. Nope, they're going to kick it away all the way back. And that's going to be Hodge, I guess, doing a
good choice, just letting it go.
Yeah, letting it go over his head. And so here come the Wildcats. Big Sandy to have their second offensive chance.
I feel like they got a few things going with that passing game if they can get something to the outside. I think that's going to be a big key, maybe either quick slants over to Williams, or even a little bubble screen or something. You never know.
I think they were trying to roll Kyler to the wrong side of the line there to force him to throw.
Yeah.
They need to bring him to this side maybe.
He would have had to throw back across his body. It's a little awkward. Especially when I think technically he's played receiver and DB, so this is something different for him. I don't know if he's ever played quarterback. He looked pretty good throwing it earlier.
Yeah. So, Kaylor Hawkins in the backfield. And it looks like Rigney, Tommy Rigney is in the back. There's the
1-3 is Jackson Smith. There you go.
Okay.
Where is Jackson Smith?
Yeah, is that a new one? I guess so.
Is that I bet that's a JV.
Okay.
Was that a JV?
Okay. Well, there it is.
So,
My bad.
No gain on the play.
so we did. Okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Okay, what do we got now? Tell us what's going on. Sorry about that, guys. So we don't have an updated. We asked for an updated roster. We did not get one, which happens sometimes.
And I'm using one from my head from a couple weeks ago. So obviously things have changed since then.
I am too.
So Jackson Smith, 13.
Okay, that's the quarterback.
Yeah, Hawkins
Is
is
Jackson Smith. So it looks like we have a timeout. 3:33 left, and we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we are back. 3:33 left in the first quarter. We're trying to get out the roster situation here.
man. Good to know.
Number 13 is who?
Jackson Smith.
Jackson Smith.
Hawkins is 16.
Got you.
Jackson Brown. Sorry, I don't know why I said Smith.
Jackson Brown. And that one's going to go back to the back, and that's going to get picked up by the defense and into the end zone.
Stupid score on that one.
And a defensive touchdown for the Waskom Wildcats. And I believe that was
that 55 or was that 54? Because I don't even have a 50. What is going on with these rosters, brother?
and this is one they gave us. And I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I believe his number is 55.
Okay, so 55. They said it was Harrison is his last name. This is one that they just gave us.
Literally, the coach walked over
the coach gave us right before the game.
Yeah, and he's not even on the roster.
We apologize.
Awesome.
And so we just only do what we can give, guys.
Adapt and overcome.
That's what we do. But it was a defensive touchdown, a pickup on a dropped pitch back. So Hernandez is going to be there for the point after attempt. There's the kick. It's going to be a little off. And no good as it's tipped. I believe it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. So we're trying to get you the best we can, guys, and we apologize for, usually it's saying the name's pronunciation wrong, not the actual
completely
completely wrong
entire
number.
different person.
Hey, you know what though? We do what we can, and you know, like you said, adapt and overcome. And so now, the Big Sandy Wildcats are going to go back out for an offensive try again after the kickoff.
Interesting.
And, one thing you don't want is with 3:21 left just in the first quarter, you don't want it to get away from you too far because then it's just going to get worse and worse.
I was going to say it's going to get uglier and uglier. And we said it, though, like they are a very young team. As we talked about a while ago with Jackson being a quarterback, he's a freshman, also found that out as well. Third string quarterback in there at this point. So a lot of learning curves.
There's the good kick. That's going to go to Hodge. Hodge going to take it to the right-hand side, trying to get a good return. They're going to give it to him about the 23-yard line, I believe.
For 22 to Big Sandy on the return. Scott made by Bubba Jones and Wesley Dean. Big Sandy ball, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line for Big Sandy. Jackson going to head out.
Nope. Brendan Jitjang, no.
Oh, all right. Jitjang now at quarterback. Brandon Jitjang.
We're just changing everything up.
There's two. There's Evan is the other one, 25.
Yes, sir.
As long as that number hasn't changed.
Not that we know of.
Not that we know of. So Brandon Jitjang is in the backfield. Aiden Hodge to his right. There's a pass by Jitjang, and it's caught. That's Kamarian Williams, comes back to it, plays a great play on the ball.
I was about to say that's exactly what Williams can provide for you right there.
Good separation to come, and good awareness to come back to the ball and gets it to the 45-yard line, and that's where they'll spot it, 1st and 10 for Big Sandy. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Brandon Jitjang heading back out to lead the pack.
Well, that's what I was about earlier with Williams. If you can just get the ball in his hand, he's such a dynamic playmaker. And of course, you still got the other Jitjang, Evan Jitjang out there too, as well.
There's the snap. Over to the right-hand side. Hamburg.
With a one-handed grab, but I'm not even sure if Hamburg should have caught
yeah,
that.
that might have been easier with an incomplete pass, as he was immediately taken down. And that's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play.
It was a great catch, though.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Unfortunately, it cost him 5 yards. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 15. You know, usually when I played, one of the running backs or the receivers or tight ends ran in the play, not the quarterback running to the sidelines every time.
Well, I think when you have such change, though, at quarterback, you kind of give them something else to look for,
yeah.
too. Like, hey, watch for this.
And a flag.
I guess probably false start.
They called it. I don't see a flag, but.
Or is it a timeout on somebody? I'm looking at the. Yeah.
Oh, it's the 2 minute. No, not going to be any 2 minutes.
It's
We're not in the second quarter. Feels like it.
Delay of game called.
Delay of game. Whoa. How is that a delay of game? That was fast. They went from the 25. They didn't push the clock up. You know, we don't have a dog in the fight, but that was not 40 seconds.
All right, then.
Well, they backed him up 5 more yards. Not sure how that happened. So now, 2nd and 20. Under center now. And another blown whistle. Flag. Oh, I don't even see a flag.
False start.
Okay.
Yeah, because being on this side, we can't see him signal to us. I'm having to, like,
oh, there's the flag.
Watch the ref from the far side to see what he's calling.
I didn't see the flag on that.
I didn't either. It was this line judge right here.
Yep.
He's looking straight down the line, so somebody had to have moved beforehand.
Oh, so they're just going to keep backing him up. I don't know if they're going to back him up all the way to the end zone, but they're going to keep backing him up.
Good job, Big Sandy. Come on, you got this.
So let's try this again. 2nd down and 25 now for Big Sandy. Next it'll be 2nd down and Texarkana if they keep going the way it's going. There's the snap. Jitjang with a good throw down the middle. Good catch by Williams. And a 1st down as they mark it at the 44-yard line on Waskom's side. A great way to just in-your-face type of situation there.
It didn't matter they needed 25.
Yeah.
Just throw it up to Williams and let him do it.
That's right. Brandon just said, you know what? Fine, I'll do it myself. So a 1st down and 10 from the 44-yard line of Waskom. Brandon Jitjang in the backfield. He's going to hand it off. That's going to be to Hodge. Hodge trying to get to the outside, but no. Doesn't quite make it. A good job by the defensive player number, is that 5 or 6?
I think it's 6,
That's 6. That's going to be Hernandez, the quarterback.
I told you he's playing safety, too.
He's playing safety.
You thought I was joking.
But he does a good job, and I tell you what, the size difference between Hodge and Hernandez is huge, and Hernandez does a great job to go low and take him down. So that's the end of the first quarter. Your score here in Waskom. The Wildcats of Waskom 20, Big Sandy 0. We'll come back. Big Sandy has the ball for 2nd down. We'll be right back.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and the CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
And we are back. You're watching NETSN Thursday Night Football in Waskom. And we're switching sides, starting the second quarter.
I just hope the Big Sandy Wildcats can continue that momentum. They had something cooking a while ago.
Oh, yeah. They were doing pretty well, actually, getting things going. But another flag thrown.
All right, guys, you can't throw 25-yard passes every time. Just saying.
Another false start, and this is what tends to happen sometimes when the frustration sets in or misorganization. You just miss the calls.
And I mean, looking at that offensive line too, there's also a couple of freshmen up there too. It's a big deal when a freshman starts on varsity. Just saying.
I was not that lucky.
No, I was on
very
JV.
Small. I was 5 foot. As a freshman, I was like 5'8", 5'9", so yeah.
They asked me if I wanted more playing time, and I said yes, sir. So they put me on JV.
There's a pass to the outside, trying to get to it. And great catch. And that's going to be number 9, Quentin Strain on the catch. Great job. And let's see where they're going to spot it. I think at the 35-yard line, 36 now. It'll be a 3rd down, but a good throw and catch. You got to be careful with those passes, though, Jeremy.
Yeah, they are very high. He's almost just looping them up there. So eventually, somebody's going to try to make a play on it.
Yeah, eventually these guys are going to catch it or catch on to what's happening, and they're going to bring some help over to the side and cut it, undercut it. But right now, it's going to be 3rd down and 2.
But I think the biggest key is he's throwing it up, letting his receivers make a play on it.
Man in motion. And a little tush push there for Jitjang. And I don't know if they're going to quite make it. Doesn't look like they're going to spot him.
Yeah, well, I think line judge is motioning yes.
Oh, yeah, he got it. 1st down. So a good 1st down for the Big Sandy Wildcats. There's our friend with the air horn.
Tell you what, they got to come away with something on this drive. This has been their best drive.
Yes, it is.
This is the only drive where they picked up a 1st down as well, and they've gotten 3 so far in this drive.
Chitjang in the backfield. Looks like Bentley Clark next to him. Handoff to Clark, and no, he cuts back in, and he had a wide open outside, Jeremy, and I don't know what made him cut to the inside.
I don't know if he maybe thought that his blocker wasn't going to be able to contain, but he had it kind of walled off. Like you said, though, it had room to make it to the outside, but decided to cut up into the field and go north and south and just unable to go really anywhere with it.
Yeah, his offensive lineman did a great job of cutting everybody inside, and, well, you ran right to where everybody was.
Yeah, and you had your tight end on the outside who had it kind of walled off there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
But he saw something we didn't, but that's just, oh, man.
Another freshman.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one of those learning things, especially when you go back and watch some film on it, because I know they'll have film on it. Be like, oh, that would have made more sense to do that.
And timeout call by Big Sandy. And this is a young team. You are right. This is something that, we're looking at on them, and they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors.
I'm telling you right now, they continue to develop in the next year or two.
Oh, yeah.
This team's going to be something scary. Because, like I said, they've got the talent, the skill players, the people around. It's just figuring it out. What's your identity going to be? And, I mean, the passing games look great to me.
Right.
I'm going to see, like, why wouldn't you spread them out, maybe do some zone read runs or something? You know what I mean? Something like that. But
and looking at Waskom, I mean, I don't know what grades they don't have it on their sheet, but they've got potential too. They've got a lot of good speed on their team. You would think they would utilize it a little bit better.
Got a note earlier from Jaron, and the OC over there is we'll just call him a pro at some flex bone. He had some protege work in the flex bone work. So
Nice.
he was under the current Tatum head coach, Whitney Keeling, out there, who used to be at Waskom.
All right.
Look at Jaron throwing some knowledge at us.
Look at him go. Second down, 12 yards to go. Williams in motion. And Chichang to the outside, throwing over to the Williams side, and he almost caught it, but just like I told you a minute ago, they're going to bring somebody over to help, and they sure did, and they undercut it, which caused Williams to not be able to hold on to that ball. And I can't see who that was. It looks like it was Nate Espy.
Yeah, I think it was
Number
Nate,
22.
and I want to say the other one, it looks like maybe Buffin out there as well, but it was just a little bracket coverage on Williams, and to me, that's a smart move. I mean, Williams has already caught 3 passes, and he's already over 60 yards receiving. So
Yeah.
why would you not go ahead and bracket coverage him and let somebody else do something?
Right, yeah. So to bring up third down and 12 for the Wildcats. Big Sandy, Jijang in the backfield. Clark with him. Rolling to the outside, to the right-hand side. He has nobody open, but it's a push-off and an incomplete pass as Davian Buffin caught the pass to the outside. He was out of bounds when he caught it, but he did do a little push-off, but they didn't call that one.
No, that was very good effort by Buffin, though, trying to make that interception. Little toe tap at the sideline there, but
yeah.
For one thing, you had Strain fall down. I think that was the biggest key, though, because I
Right.
think if he was there, would have been as easy.
But he did a good thing. He made a play on the ball.
He did.
So he did have that right of way
Yeah.
to do that. And so I think losing his feet on the offensive side on the receiver didn't help the situation. But Valdez, and looks like we have another timeout with 9:42 left.
Can't take him with you.
And that's going to be the third and final timeout looking like
Timeout called by Big Sandy.
for the Big Sandy Wildcats. So that's all of them. And you're right, you can't take them with you. So we're going to be right back. You're watching NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
We would like to thank Christine Vasquez, CPA, PLLC, the official accountant of NETSN.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we're back out of the timeout. It'll be 4th down and 12 for Big Sandy. And I believe they're going to end up going for it. And Jeremy and I were just talking about that. Why wouldn't you go for it?
Just this late in the half, and you're on the positive side of the 50. You're on their side of the field, so you've had a great drive. Who knows? Potentially make a play here, another ball you throw up.
Brandon Jichang gets the ball. 3-step drop, throws to the right-hand side, and a little long intercepted. And that was a busted play. And another Jichang makes the stop. That was obviously a busted play.
Yeah, it was kind of, I don't know if they had a little miscommunication. He thought Williams was going to cut more up, and Williams cut out like a flag route and just.
Well, it looked to me, because
But Evan Jichang was there too.
Evan Jichang did a curl ride to the outside.
Yeah.
And I think they were expecting a curl ride to the inside.
That could be possibly.
Because that's it looked like where he was throwing it in the option of an inside curl. And unfortunately, it was a turnover on downs, or excuse me, an interception. And a good job by Waskom to be there to make that interception, another turnover.
Make it Johnny on the spot there.
Yeah. This time, though, they didn't run it back for 6 on the turnover, but hey, now you get the ball offensively, 1st down and 10, sitting at the 25-yard line in your own territory. Man in motion. Little pitch to the outside, and he's got the corner hurdling.
What a hurdle.
Oh, my gosh, that was beautiful. Easton Richardson was there as the hurdler, or the hurdled, and trying to see who was the runner.
That's Joe Irving.
Is that Irving? Yeah. did a fantastic. I mean, he just kind of. I hurt myself just watching that.
Kid is an athlete.
I think my back needs to be adjusted after watching that. So that's going to be a first down run. Ball sitting at the 40-yard line for Waskom. And here they come. Hernandez under center. And a little blitz on the play. It's going to be a toss. That's going to be to Hicks. Hicks takes the corner, gets pushed out of bounds. No, he doesn't. He misses it. I thought he went out of bounds.
No, he stayed in and fought for a couple more yards, which is, as you can tell, that was the first down. That was the difference right there. I think they had him stop at about 8 or 9 yards, and those extra 2 yards by staying in.
Picks all the way across the field. We are almost field level.
Yeah, I would say pretty close.
In the visitor stand, so it's hard to. We're not as up as we usually are. So trying to. That's why there's 2 of us. I got young eyes over to my left, so I see a little bit better. Here we go. 1st and 10, and Hernandez is going to keep it. He's going to weave in and out. He breaks a couple of tackles, gets about to the 30, down to about the 28-yard line in Big Sandy territory. Another first down for Waskom.
Talked about Hernandez's feet earlier, but how about the power in that run, too? He's got quickness and power, man.
Yeah, he keeps moving those. And does a great job. And that speed, you know, we continue to talk, we continue to see Waskom's speed. And there's a pass to the outside. Hernandez has a open receiver, and a good job
that was
defensively by Williams, Kamorian Williams. And he makes the stop. Good stop. That'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he timed that perfect and just literally went, punched it straight through the receiver's arms. So I said they got a lot of young key pieces, and Williams is only a sophomore himself. So I said another year or two, and this team could be pretty scary.
Hernandez directing his troops. Stacked on the right-hand side, tossed to the outside. That's going to be Bubba Jones. Bubba Jones weaving in and out, gets to the right-hand side, down the sidelines, and fights to about the 3-yard line. At 5. Looked like the 3 was on the far-hand side. So it'll be first down and goal from the 5-yard line with 8:07 left in the first half.
Bubba.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Bubba's showing he's got speed there, not just the power back. Normally he's the first up back that's in this flex bone offense.
And Waskom looking to knock on the door and get in the end zone again and extend this lead. Hernandez getting under center. Bubba Jones behind him, man in motion. And Hernandez is going to keep it. He's going to cut in the middle, try to dive, and he's hit and flipped over.
That is what you call a very dangerous play.
Yeah, that was Evan Jitjang on the stop. And a gain
maybe a couple
of a yard, but he flew about 3 yards up.
Yeah. He's not the tallest guy, so
no, he
I don't
is
know
not.
I don't know if I'd want to be hurdling to people.
No. And Hernandez rallying the troops again, giving him what he needs to. Gets under center, ready to go. Bubba Jones behind him. And busted play, but I believe they're going to get in, and it's stripped.
That's a fumble.
The ball is fumbled or stripped, and it's going to be taken. I believe that's number 6. Skylar Hamburger's taken down at about the 41-yard line. And the Wildcats of Big Sandy make a huge stop and a huge turnover with 7:10 left in the first half.
Such a big goal line stand right there, and I really thought that Hernandez kept it. Like you said, kind of a busted play. He was supposed to hit off to Jones and then just kept it and fumbled it.
Now, did he pick it up off the ground or did he strip it? I couldn't really tell.
So it was just a scrum inside, and all of a sudden you see Hemberg come out with the ball and just take off.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really saw in that.
You know, last week I was in Carlisle, and I saw something just like that, but the player actually stripped it out, yanked it out of the guy's hand.
Yeah.
And ran with it, and that's what I thought had happened here. First down and 10 for Big Sandy. They're at the 40-yard line in their own territory. And Jitjang is going to try to head to the outside. He breaks one, but unable to break away from the rest of the pursuit of the Waskom Wildcat defense. And we have a player down a little bit on the far hash. And he's going to get up and go. A little slow moving for one of the Waskom Wildcats, but gains his composure.
Just need something to drink. Need to break real quick. Tap the helmet. Let me out, coach.
6:30 and counting in the half. 20-0 is your score. Waskom with the lead. Big Sandy. And that's going to be a flag. Yeah, well,
encroachment right there.
Yeah, you get a little excited there.
I mean, that would be too. You're coming on a blitz. Maybe it's not something you always do, but.
That was Jaden Miner, number 15. He got to know where the ball is there before you cross the line. I think his coach just told him, you can go. And you forgot to tell him after the snap.
I admire him. At least he kept going.
Hey,
though.
yeah.
He didn't just kind of back off. He kind of did it first. Then he's like, I'm already here.
I'm already, yeah. Might as well go. 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats at the 42-yard line. Creeping up on midfield. Jitjang waiting on the snap. Gets it. Couple of steps drop. Throw to the outside and just over the head of Skylar Hamburg. It was just supposed to be a little bit of a toss and pitch and catch and just wasn't able to make it.
As far as he threw it, I thought he was going outside the string, but I guess it was just a little too high for Hamburg on that one.
So now it's 3rd down and 8. And these are the types of situations when you're a team, when you have a turnover and you have the opportunity, you've got to make something out of it and not stall and give it back.
Got to capitalize on the opportunities. That's a big key. Just think about this, though. If they were able to score that drive and then all of a sudden you got the ball back again, the drive previous is what I meant.
Mm-hmm. And a blitz on the play, and he's going to go down. And I'm not sure if that's not.
6 was out there.
Okay.
Hamburg was there.
I didn't see anybody out there.
And he was outside the pocket.
But it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
It did not, but Hamburg was out there, though.
Okay. That was, I didn't see. We're arguing about intentional grounding.
And he's throwing it.
But do what now?
He threw it.
Did he throw the flag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flag on the blade.
Yeah.
But, I mean, literally, Hamburg was from me to you.
Okay.
And we're not sitting that far apart.
Right. So I was wondering if they were gonna call it, but I did not see the receiver, but you did.
I mean,
but that may be why the other guy didn't see it, but they're not going to discuss it, so maybe nobody else saw him either.
Tough for in high school to combat a call. It is what it is at that point.
There's no instant replay. There's no red flag. You can't. Yeah. There's no New York we can go to.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to replay this one again? Okay.
Yeah. So now it's going to be 4th down and a long way to go, and they're not going to go for it this time. Valdez is out there for the punt. 5:58 left in the first half. Stick around for the halftime show. We're going to show you both bands coming up. Our excellent film camera guy, Calvin, will be on it. Here's the return. He's going to catch to the outside. He's down the sidelines, and he's gone. He's down to the 20. 15, 10, 5, end zone. No flag. Touchdown, Waskom.
I did not catch the number on that.
I believe that was
Montez Thompson, 23. I heard him say Thompson. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I was going to say it's either 22 or 23. I believe it was 23. So Thompson just did all the right moves, and he kind of stopped and then just took off down that right-hand sidelines and got the touchdown for the Waskom Wildcats. 5:40 left in the first half. Hernandez out for the extra point. There's a snap, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So just like that, 27-0. Just under 6 minutes left in the first half. We'll be right back here in Waskom. You're watching NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
We are back here at Jimmy E. Cox Stadium on the campus of Waskom High School in Waskom, Texas. Right off I-20, heading down to Shreveport. I think we're closer to Shreveport than we are to home.
I agree.
Our home is Tyler, where we make the travel. Just for you, folks, just for you. Hernandez ready to kick off after the touchdown. And it's a good kick. It's going to go over the head of Hodge. Does it again for the touchback.
Good choice.
And so the Big Sandy Wildcats,
there you go,
will have another opportunity here to get things going and to get on the board. Do you have any score updates for us, Jeremy?
I'll look around the league.
All right.
Buy me a little time.
I can give you one right now. In the second quarter, Chapel Hill up 21-14 over Pine Tree.
Got Lindale over Maybank, 21-0.
Yeah, Maybank got beat pretty bad last week by Chapel Hill in that district.
Also saw Pittsburgh is over Van 7-0 right now, into the first.
That Kilgore game might be one to look at if they're still playing tonight.
Yeah, that's the only thing is some of our games moved to Thursday. Let me go see if I can pull them up real quick.
Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to, I believe, number 12. And that's Easton Richardson, takes it down, and he gets snagged. There comes the flag. I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Yeah, it should be a horse collar, definitely.
And Nate Espy went just a little bit too high to make that tackle. And let's wait and see what the man in the white hat calls. It's going to be a personal foul, face mask. I thought he grabbed him by the face mask.
Yeah, it looked more like he was inside his shoulder pads, too. Like he had a face mask and came off and then pulled him down.
I think it was an inadvertent face mask, really, and I think you're right. I think he came off. But he did yank him. But either way, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. And Big Sandy's going to end up being on the other side of the field on Waskom territory with 5:32 left in the first quarter.
You'll take it.
Chichang, toss, gets over to Clark. Clark trying to find the corner. Spin move, gets a couple of yards with breaking that tackle. Somebody hit the X button.
Yeah, that was a nice spin move there. It was just, I didn't know if he was going to try to hit it right there because there were three other defenders, and he still got hit after hitting the spin. But it's what you call tough running right there.
Gains a good 3 yards there. Well fought for 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 46-yard line of Waskom. Brandon Chichang in the backfield. Clark next to him. Man in motion. That's going to be Richardson. And he hands it off to Richardson, but he doesn't break to the outside. And it looks like they grabbed his shoulder pads high up again, but no call on that one.
Yeah, it's got to be inside the back near the neck area, but which I don't understand because you can still get the same concept pulling from the side of the shoulder pad if your hand's inside. I don't know.
That's going to be a loss of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 13. Excuse me, loss of 6. Math is hard.
Got Kilgore up 21-3, 2 minutes left in the second.
And who are they playing?
Palestine.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it should be a ugly one there.
Jit-Jang back, throws. Right-hand side, and it is caught. That's going to be Quentin Strain with the catch and a first down for Big Sandy. Beautiful catch. Little on the inside of him, and that's actually probably better because they had two defenders on the outside when he made that catch.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect position because I feel like if he would have overthrown like we've seen a couple of passes, that might have been picked, and for all we know, it could be pick 6 because there was 2 and only 1 guy out there. So,
yep, first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. It's going to be a handoff. That's going to be to Clark. Clark, and it is a hard runner. And he's going to gain probably 3. He gains the hardest 3 yards
every time
of anybody I've ever seen. And that'll bring up second down and 7 for the Wildcats. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left.
There you go.
It's been a long day.
You're telling me. I was in another state this morning when I woke up.
Yeah, you were somewhere else. You literally just flew in. And they're going to call a timeout. Yep. Waskom's going to call their first timeout. And we're going to take a timeout with them. So we'll be right back. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Back here at Jimmy E. Cox Stadium. Under center is Jit-Jang. He's going to hand it off to Clark. Clark not able to make a move, and the ball's out. And he is hit hard. And it is recovered by number 11, Maddox Ducote, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
I'm sure I butchered that. And that was a big hit. I didn't see who hit him. Jeremy, did you?
I did not. I was too busy trying to see if they actually recovered the fumble or who got it. I thought we were going to need to see another 3 yards gain there. I mean, the way he runs, you never know with Bentley Clark.
So a turnover after that fumble recovery by the Wildcats of Waskom, and they'll take over. Hernandez is under center. Irving in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Bubba. And they're going to take him down. Actually, that wasn't Bubba. That was actually Nate Espy on the carry.
I thought that was 22 up the middle there. The up back.
Yep.
Picked up a couple.
So Espy now behind Hernandez. And Hernandez tosses out. That's Irving. And he's going to get room. He's down the right-hand sideline. One man to beat, and he stumbles out of bounds. He goes out of bounds at about the – they're going to put it at the 5, looks like. But, man, that was Evan Jit-Jang with the touchdown-saving push and stop. But Irvin had a good burst of speed at about the 40-yard line and just flew down the sideline.
I really thought they were going to get him coming across the middle, but he hit a whole nother gear.
He did.
But how about Jit-Jang to catch him? I think that was a big thing there.
Hernandez up the middle. He just pushes the whole defense in for a touchdown. Waskom. And that's another one with just 2:06 left in the first half. And now you have to start talking running clock in the second half situation.
You know what I've never understood about some of these teams, though, that's, you know, they missed the extra point earlier. Why would you not try to go ahead and go for 2 just to try to round it off to 35 to get back to where you should be?
Yeah. I don't know.
Plus, you get to try to go for 2. You never know, and you may need to go for 2 later on.
Right. Here's the kick, Hernandez, and it's up, and it's good. So it's now 34 for the Waskom Wildcats. 2:06 left in the first half. And so, yeah, that's what's going on here.
I'll give you a score for this district little update. Beckville over Hawkins right now, 27-7. That's going to be a big one. Of course, we got the crew out there too, but
yeah,
man, I'm going to tell you right now, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's something you definitely, we're going to keep an eye on.
Uh-oh, look at your Chapel Hill game going on right now.
I'm looking at that one.
21-21, man. Only 6 minutes left in the second.
Yep, I'm watching.
Legion Field's up on Ore City right now, 24-0. That's all I got for now.
All right, we'll try to find some more. Probably after halftime, we'll have a little bit better update,
I'm sure.
And speaking of halftime, don't forget, you can stick around, watch the halftime shows, both bands. They're coming off. I know that the marching part for the military marching is coming off of their competition last week.
Should be a good halftime performance.
Yes. So y'all stick around for that. Hernandez, ready to kick off. Here's the kick. Actually, that's a new kicker. That's going to go into the end zone. And a flag coming in way at the end, and I think it's going to be on Big Sandy.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think we have a little bit of extracurricular activity.
It was pretty much like a blindside type of situation.
Waiting on the call. And that's going to back up the Big Sandy Wildcats even more. Referees discussing, trying to figure out exactly what the call was. Yeah, that's going to be it's a blindside block, illegal block.
Essentially.
Yeah. What we used to do that was actually okay when I played.
Same here. Coaches used to tell us to go earhole people.
That was, exactly. That was how it was. Clark in motion. And Jenkins just going to keep it, and he's hit. A little past the line of scrimmage, taken down. And they're going to call for the 2-minute warning. So we're going to take a break with them. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
Welcome back to Waskom. with a minute 58 left in the first half. We're just coming out of the 2-minute timeout or warning, as you want it, whatever you want to call it. Big Sandy has the ball on the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Jit Jang with the throw down the middle, has Hamburg. And
Great
first
play.
down, great play, good seam route.
I was just about to say that was a great seam route. Linebackers weren't even expecting it. Hamburgers around, had nobody around, even covered them.
Yeah, gets to about the 30-yard line, a great pickup, but the clock is still running, a minute 46 left. And Big Sandy has a first down and 10 at the 31. Chit Jane takes it, just a little turn and a high fly. It's going to be out of bounds. And they're going to throw the flag, and even though it was uncatchable,
Because he pushed him at the
because he
sideline.
pushed him at the sideline, that's going to be, I wonder if they're going to keep it or if they're going to wave it off as an uncatchable catch, but still uncatchable. Nope, they're going to keep it.
No, I think he waved it. Line judge just.
He did wave it off.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to do that. It was about 5 yards out of bounds. But
It was the extra push that basically
Yeah.
got the look. Without that push, it would never even been looked at.
And the coaches from Big Sandy are arguing a good point. I mean, he pushed him. There was no point in it. However, whatever.
I mean, any level though, when it's uncatchable like that, it's
Yeah,
an uncatchable.
it didn't interfere with the play. It was just kind of a wrong thing to do, in my opinion. But
Here we go.
yeah, it's going to be 2nd down. 10 to go for the Wildcats. Minute 23 left. Low snap picked up. Good throw to the outside. That's Hodge. No, excuse me. That's another Jit Jane. That's Evan.
That's the Jit Jang connection.
Yep.
25, stop even number 7, Bubba Jones.
And stop by Jones. It's going to be a good 4-yard
For Big Sandy.
catch.
Timeout called by Waskom.
So Waskom's going to call their 2nd timeout.
Brought to you by A-Rad Solutions. Taking timeout for safety.
And what? My deal. What do you talk about in the locker room?
Well, I
mean-
think for defense, it's definitely going to be some open field tackles because you're just letting guys get to the 2nd and 3rd level for Waskom running against the Big Sandy defense. And as for offense, I feel like you've got to, I don't know, I like the pass plays. I feel like that's finally getting some momentum going the right direction.
Right.
But to me, I almost feel like instead of the long passes that just seem to take forever to get there, I almost might see about maybe working some screens in or some quick passes.
Yeah.
Like the seam route was great. That was a
Yeah,
great
that was
call
nice.
right there.
And I liked the idea earlier with the curl route. I
Yeah,
think that could have
I think
worked.
it was just a little miscommunication.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like those are some of the things you talk about for offense for Big Sandy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Waskom just seems to be firing on all cylinders.
I think so
now.
too.
I don't see anything. They're doing well with the outside option routes that
Yes.
they're doing. So 3rd down, 6 to go. And it's going to be a pass up the middle and incomplete. Almost picked off.
Yeah, it was very close.
That was Montez Thompson with the coverage.
Yeah, it was a nice tip in the middle by Jaden Minor.
That's a little
Little tip drill there.
little tip drill. Yep, little bingo. Almost anyway. Minute 11 left.
I don't know who's just got some food, but it smells amazing.
I know it does. I'm gonna have to make my way over there to check it out. Just survey.
Yeah, you never know.
Doing a survey. Valdez in the back for the punt. Waiting on the snap. There it is, and the kick. A little off. Going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Yep. Oh, they're going to mark it. Whoa. What are they going to mark it? Is he going to keep on running? What the heck?
Well, that's when it first went out of bounds. I think it started creeping out, saying about the 45.
Okay. Well, he kept on going.
Yeah, I thought he was going to keep going past the 50.
I was too. I was like,
wait
dang.
a second.
So they're going to mark it at the 45-yard line. That's where Waskom will take it. 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line. with 1:07 left. And I honestly wouldn't put it past Waskom to run it again, see if they can get in the end zone.
I mean, they scored 2 plays in the last drive, and most of their average scoring drives have been 5 to 7 plays, but they're quick about getting plays in, so don't let the 5 to 7 be discouraging.
Hernandez. Under center. In motion. He's going to keep it, heading to the right-hand side, and drags a couple of Big Sandy players with him. They're rushing back to the line. Gain of about 7 on the play. Second down and 3. Under center again, man in motion. And Hernandez is rushed. He gets out of the pocket. He's down to the 40 and breaks a tackle down to the 33-yard line. Clock still running.
Tried to stiff arm Evan Jitjang there, but just unable to break Jitjang's tackle. Another great open field tackle by Jitjang.
And another first down by the Wildcats of Waskom. Hernandez back under center, man in motion. It's going to be a toss to the outside. That's going to be to, I can't see who it is, but whoever it is still on their feet and haven't gone down yet. And it looked like, I believe, Preston Perez had him by the ankles, and he just wouldn't go down. And not sure what just happened there.
He tried to spike the ball, but defender came through pretty quickly.
So 18 seconds left. First, it's going to be second down and goal. And they're going to be at the 10-yard line. That's where they'll mark the ball. Waskom with no timeouts. Big Sandy, no timeouts. Toss to the outside. That's going to be, I believe, Irving. And he's going to bull his way through into the end zone. Touchdown, Waskom.
No, that was Nate Espy on that one.
Was that Espy? Okay.
Yeah,
both of them look just alike, to tell you the truth, from behind.
Yeah, they got similar builds.
22.
But I think 22 might be a little bit bigger, a little bit stouter.
And that's going to put the score at 40 with a possible 1 to go here. With 8 seconds left in the first half. Hernandez with the kick. It's up and it's good.
Extra point by Hernandez is good.
And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Back here in Waskom. 8 seconds left in the first half. And I think they're going to try out a new kicker. Timothy Agundis. I apologize if I butchered. A little lefty kicker.
And that's
going to be a little short kick. And they're going to fair catch it. So the offensive unit's going to come out and probably run one play, if that. I don't know if they're going to down it or just run a play.
See a deep pass by Brendan Jitjang here?
Possibly.
Why not? Throw it up.
Just see what happens.
You got 8 seconds.
Why not? Yeah, your Hodge is coming off the field. That's one of your runners. So we'll see what happens. Again, stick around for the halftime show. The bands will be coming out in full force. You got a, looks like one is a core band and one is a marching band. So you get the best of both worlds.
There you go.
Here at halftime, so that'll be good. Brandon Jitjang in the backfield, shotgun formation. Here's the man in motion. It's going to just be a handoff. That's going to be Lawrence. Jonathan Lawrence is hit at about the 40-yard line. And that's going to run out the clock. That'll be it for the first half. And your score here in Waskom, the Wildcats 41, Big Sandy 0. We'll be back in about 28 minutes. And enjoy halftime.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the Big Sandy Wildcat Band. The Wildcat Band is led on the field by sophomore drum major Natalia Perios. The band will be performing a precision military drill to Big Sandy fanfare, Men in Gray, March, and Miss Liberty.
Jeremy Grisman and Miss Tabitha Higginbotham. Band member of the week is the one and only Wilbert Ramos. Color guard member of the week, Timothy Kirker. Section of the week goes to the saxophone section. For tonight's performance, the Waskom Band will be performing their 2025 production, This Is Home, arranged by On Field Music. The movement features the songs Small Town, made famous by John Mellencamp, Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner, featuring our soloist Ronaldo Baella and Michael Floyd. Last song, I Will Wait by the Mumford & Sons. So sit back, cheer loud, and join us on this journey as we bring the sights and sounds of home to life. Wildcat fans, this is your band, this is your show, this is your home.
actually thinking about you the other day.
Student leaders for the Waskom Band are head drum major, senior Destiny Jones. Assistant drum major and color guard captain, junior Avery Woods. Woodwind captain, senior Nevaeh Thomas. Assistant woodwind captain, senior Rebecca Champlin. Brass captain, junior Michael Kroll. Assistant brass captain, senior Isabella Lemoyne. Percussion captain, junior Reginald Abercrombie. Assistant percussion captain, sophomore Zaria Stevens. Music captain and librarian, sophomore Hunter Morris. Music loading crew captain, senior Ronaldo Viella. Color guard captain, senior Aaron Kirker. Color guard lieutenant, sophomore Alina White. Rifle tech, freshman Timothy Kirker. The WHS Color Guard would like to especially thank Stephanie Gordon for making their pink out shirts this year. Once again, thanks for supporting the Wildcat Band. Go Wildcats!
Anyone interested to join the Spirit Line, please head to the Waskom Wildcat Tunnel.
Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
And we are back for the second half of this game between the visiting Big Sandy Wildcats and the hosting Waskom Wildcats. And it is 41-0 here starting the second half. There's the kick. And we're off. And it's going to be returned. That's going to be Jit Chang. That's Evan.
Thought he had a little bit of a lane there.
I thought he did too, but that closed up really quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
And with the score that we have on a normal time, usually they have the running clock. And waiting to see
what the verdict is.
What the verdict is. Guess I need to put the timeouts back on. Their scoreboard people did it, so I might as well do it. So
you didn't go hook up scoreboard?
I didn't go hook. No, I'm not going to walk up there. There's a reason.
You act like it's all the way on the other side of the field or something.
I know, right? No, I'm not going to do that. Here we go. First down and 10 from the 27-yard line. And nowhere to go but to the ground is the running back, trying to see who it is.
I want to say it was Hodge.
I believe it was Hodge on that carry, yeah. Oh, I guess he lost the ball. Loss of about 3-4 on the play.
I mean, I thought he was down. I mean, we're really going to start calling every fumble.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean,
not going to do that to the guy. To me, he went down. He was down. He's down. So it's going to be second down and 14 for the Wildcats of Big Sandy. And a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield as Hodge and Jitjang ran into each other.
Yeah, I think Hodge was supposed to be his lead blocker, but he was a little behind Jitjang on trying to get through the hole there, so they kind of ran through the hole together.
Right. Gained a couple on the play, maybe, well, one. So it's going to be third down and 13.
Maybe 1.5.
Yeah. We're going to give them anything we can give them because they're still out there playing hard, I'll tell you that right now, and they always do.
I agree.
Third down, 13 to go. Jitjang rolling to his left, trying to find an open receiver, tucks, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and loses a couple. And I believe that was going to be Joe Irving on the stop.
That is correct. Joe was quick, though, man. See, that's the thing, though. I think Jitjang needed to throw the ball a little bit faster because I don't know if he saw earlier, Irving has a whole nother gear and sprinted 70 yards with no problem.
But again, coming to that right side or that left side, he's
weird.
a right-handed. He's
throwing it back across his body.
Throw, yeah.
You want a natural motion as you're running to be able to throw.
Right. So a fourth down and 18.
But who are we? We're just sitting in the stands.
Yeah, we don't know anything. Jeff Valdez back to punt. And you got Julius Walsh. And I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, it came off the side of his foot. He punted it right to Hodge on the sideline there.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Well, that's going to be a good field position for Waskom. I was looking down here,
thinking it was going in the air.
Well, I was actually getting Julius Wash's number to say his name because he was one of the return men.
He was getting ready for the return,
and he was frustrated. I was like, wait.
That was my opportunity.
No, that's why I keep you around to help me out too, because you were watching down there. So now we got 1st down and 10 going the other way. Ball on the 30-yard line of Big Sandy. They're deep in their own territory with their backs against their own end zone as Hernandez and Waskom are there. Hernandez rolls to the left-hand side. He's rushed out of the pocket, tries to find a receiver, and is unable to. Brennan Ferentz
had great pressure. I mean, the penetration in the backfield Ferentz had was incredible. It was either Hernandez go ahead and take that sack or just throw it up.
And they're not running the clock.
No, they're not. They could be. Maybe they want to play out the 3rd quarter and then maybe run the 4th. I've seen some strange things happen in games. I don't know.
Maybe if it scores again, then
I do know it has to be agreed upon on both parties, though. It's usually not a home
I feel bad for the other team here. That's going to be a run, pitch to the outside. A good run down the sideline. Irvin is into the end zone like just taking a Sunday jog, and a touchdown for the Waskom Wildcats. And he's been doing that. How many is that for him for the night? How many yards? You're my stat tracker.
Oh, he has stat tracker now?
Yeah, you're my stat tracker.
Well, just to give you a little something about Irving, most of those have been pitches to the outside for him. I joked about a 70-yarder. He didn't have a 70-yarder. It was 55. I was close.
Oh, okay.
But 5 carries, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns for him. He's only got 2, but because you've also had 3 other people that have scored rushing touchdowns too.
Gotcha. Well, and one of those was almost a touchdown, but he was saved by Jitjang.
He could have had 3, but Jitjang got him out at the 5 down here at the far end. That's why I said as quick as that kid is, and Jitjang caught him.
Yeah, Jitjang's fast too, though.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been saying. As fast as Waskom is, and they are very fast, Big Sandy have that ability.
Yeah.
They have that speed. They have that on the team. And Evan Jitjang is only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And so he'll be back next year.
That's what I'm saying. This team is littered with sophomores, freshmen, sprinkled in a few juniors in there. What'd you count, 7 seniors earlier?
Yes. I believe.
And I think only about 4 or 5 of those are starters.
Right.
So, I mean, you lose in some, yes. But at the same time, literally 90% of your team is.
Yeah, and Kamarian Williams is a sophomore.
Yeah, I was going to say 90% of your team is underclassmen.
Right. Aiden Hodge is the one is a senior. He's the one of the big ones.
Out of your
Brennan
skill
Ferentz
set,
is your big defensive guy that you're going to be missing.
Some of the offensive line, too, I think, as well.
Gallagher is another one that you're going to be missing as well.
But they've got 2 freshmen starting up front, so you're already getting that experience for those young guys.
Speaking of Hodge, he's going to take the return down the right-hand side. He's met by a couple of Waskom Wildcats, and he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. I think that's where they're going to spot him. And speaking of Brennan Ferentz, there he goes trotting onto the field with the offense, as Big Sandy will try once again to get into the end zone.
I want to see some more pass plays. I think that was the biggest takeaway for me in that first half was just
what are the passing yardage for Big Sandy? Do you have that off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, but I can add up as you talk, though.
That's fine. You got going to be 1st down and 10 for the 23-yard line for Big Sandy. You got Brandon Jitjang in the back, and his trusty partner, freshman Bentley Clark, the hardest runner for 3 yards I've ever seen, but this time he's going to give it to Williams. Williams to the outside. He's grabbed from behind, but not before he gains about 9 yards, possibly 10. Let's see what they get him. They keep him in bounds, and they're going to give him a 1st down. That's a 1st down, and a good run by Kamarian Williams.
Somebody different carrying the ball there.
Yeah, that's an exact 10. That's a 10-yard run for a first down. And a good
So it's
job.
About 112, though, but the biggest thing is the big chunk plays. Like they had at least 5 over 10 yards.
Wow. That's not bad. Jitjang in the backfield. Clark to his right. He's going to hand off to Clark. Clark gets out of one tackle, tries to get out of another, but does not. I think he gained 2. No, I think they're going to give him 3. Let's see where they mark him. He either gained 2 or 3 on the play.
I'll
but
give him
again,
3. I'm very
he really
generous.
is the hardest short yardage runner. They actually gave him 1.
Oh, come on now. Somebody marked him back. Y'all marked behind him.
Yeah.
Forward progress was more than 1 yard.
I think he gave him. Yeah. We're going to give him a couple more. You got to give him a couple for heart. It's going to be second down and 9. Man in motion. That's going to be Williams. Trips to the left. Back goes Jitjang. Has the seam, and it's intercepted. That's going to be Caden Irving. And Irving trying to get down the left-hand side. He's taken down at about the 28-yard line. And I don't know who took him down. I believe it was Clark, actually. I think
I want to say it was Clark because he was the first one.
Yeah.
Kind of flying out to that sideline to get him, keep him from getting a score there.
So I believe that's the 3rd turnover or 4th turnover maybe for the night on Big Sandy.
4. Yep, 4th. That was number 4.
They've had one fumble and 3 interceptions. Is that correct?
Nope, 2 fumbles, 2 picks.
Okay. I was
2
close.
and 2. But they've had a fumble return for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown for
Gotcha.
the 2 oddball touchdowns today for Waskom.
I got you. First down and 10 for Waskom. They're going to be on the Big Sandy 28-yard line. A couple of Big Sandy defensive players coming in late, and they're going to stop the play.
Timeout, Big Sandy.
And a timeout by Big Sandy. They did not have personnel on the field.
Yeah, they called him kind of in the middle of a substitution there, which is unfortunate because you don't want to have to burn your timeout on something like that, but it happens.
Especially with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in just the 3rd quarter. And so we're going to try to wait on that as I try to bring you some scores. Legacy trailing Rockwall right now 36-7. That's a halftime score.
I'll tell you, I've seen Rockwall buses all over the place today. I saw one at the airport in Dallas today. Saw another Rockwall on the way down to Waskom. Something like his Rockwall's all over the place, apparently.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I don't know what they got going on at Rockwall, but geez.
Yeah, 39-7. I just saw that one. Try to give you some more as we go, but
Texarkana Pleasant Grove over at Gilmer right now, 28-7.
There you go. And a handoff up the middle, and they're going to carry. It's a downfield block, some extracurriculars going on.
He carried his pancake to about 10 yards downfield.
Yeah.
Wesley D's on the carry game.
So
2nd and 3 for Waskom.
That was Caleb Mann on that pancake block. That went for a good distance.
And there was a player that he said, what did he say, Wesley something?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I don't
Wesley
see it.
Dees, number 9.
Oh, Wesley Dees, that's who it was.
Carrier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Picked up a few.
And it's a handoff to the outside, and he doesn't go anywhere. It's actually Hernandez on the carry. And number...
No, I think it was Dees again.
Oh, Dees again, I'm sorry. Number 9. It's an upside down 6, so, you know, hey, what are you going to do?
Maybe you were, like, leaning over a little bit, kind of looked at him sideways. That's what it was.
That's what
That's
it
like looking
was.
at those Uno cards. It's like, which one's 6, which one's 9 again?
Right.
You got to remember which one has the line underneath it.
Bentley Hodge was in on the stop, but they're going to have a penalty because one of the Wildcat players for Big Sandy was not off the field yet when the ball was snapped. And so now the clock is running, 6:11 left. And a lot of time went off the clock by the time I looked over again. So
I think he's telling
them to push the
play clock
back up, and they're not
listening.
watching. Yeah, got to push that. There they go. Now they're going to run. Here we go. Hernandez underneath the center. Man in motion, and he's hit, but not before he's handed it off. And it's going to be on the 1-yard line.
Just short of the goal line.
I think that was D's on the carry again.
Another carry by D's, but he gets, I think, all the way to the 1 or 2 yard line. Yep, gets to the 1 yard line, and D's just slipped through. I didn't even see it. I thought he was stopped, and then all of a sudden, he just kind of slithered in and was at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it was a great fake by Hernandez, though. A lot of people thought he had the ball. I think 2 people tackled him, which I think allowed D's to kind of sprint through the backside, though, and pick up 16 on that one.
And that's where that speed option comes in, because you never know who exactly is going to have it. D's behind Hernandez. Hernandez going to hand off. No, I think he's going to keep it and run in.
Yes.
And touchdown, Waskom. And now it's going to get over 50 here. 54 is now the score, and the kicking unit for the point after attempt is coming out.
Goes back to my story earlier, man. Don't even try a 2-point at all.
Yeah, and I guess they're just, you know.
I mean, I get it. You don't want to keep scoring as much, but to me, that's in games like this, you try to do things that you may need later on.
Right. And I agree. That's
something.
Yeah. So here's the point after attempt, and you have the snap getting ready. Maybe. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And so now your score, once I put it on there, is 55. Waskom leading Big Sandy 55-0. And we're going to try to bring you some more scores here really quick. I'm going to look at some, and Jeremy's going to look at some and see if we can meet in the middle.
Ooh.
What you got?
I was looking at Carthage, man.
Oh, well,
putting on another whooping tonight.
That's not even,
On Bullard, 62-0.
Ah, gotcha. Mount Pleasant leads Jacksonville 32-0 right now. And then Kilgore over Palestine right now, 28-3 in the third quarter. Lindale 49-0 over Maybank at halftime.
Bigville over Hawkins, of course, our other game, 36-7.
Yep. Pleasant Grove leading Gilmer right now at halftime, 28-7.
This seems like a good game here. Center in Brownsboro, 29-21.
Oh, wow. Athens leading Rusk. Athens gave Carthage a little bit of run for their money last week, but they're leading Rusk 39-6 at halftime. And then Sulphur Springs over Nevada Community right now, 51-0 at halftime.
Yeah, they sure did until Carthage remembered who they were.
Yeah, I believe, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's one of those things is Carthage finally decided to wake up like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah. Malakoff leading Rains 47-0 in the second quarter. And Quitman over Prairie Land right now at halftime, 21-13. Bring you some more here in a minute. Here's the kickoff after the touchdown, and that's going straight to Hodge. He fumbles it, but he's going to pick it up, head to the right-hand side again. And you think he would go to a different side since that's where he goes every time, but flag. Oh, sorry, they're throwing a ball on the other side.
I thought it was a flag.
Yeah, they're throwing a football on the other side of the field, and it's a yellow football. It's a little Nerf-looking football, and I thought if you see it on the, if you can see it on the screen, yeah, you can see it there. It's a different color. It's not yellow, but it looks it. Yeah.
Caught your attention. You were like,
yeah, it's a flag. It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah. So the clock is running. 2:39 left in the second quarter, and they're just running it down and counting. 55-0. Big Sandy now has the ball on the 27-yard line. First down and 10. Pardon me. So they got a stacked formation on the left-hand side. Hodge is going to take the handoff and go up the middle, try to find a hole, and hurdles a couple and is taken down, but not before he gains about what looks like about 6 yards they're going to give him. And I could be wrong. It looks like they're going to give him 4.
Yeah, they said he fell backwards. He didn't fall forwards.
Well, what do they know?
I mean, I'm just saying, he's a big kid, though. If he fell forward, that's 2 yards. There's your difference right there.
That's true. Second down, 6 yards to go for Big Sandy. And we got movement in there. It's going to stop the play. Had movement on both sides, but I'm sure it's going to be on the offense.
9 times out of 10, it's usually false start. Oh, no.
They're going to call encroachment.
Yep.
Wow. You don't see that very often in.
That was the 1 out of 10 right there.
Yeah, you don't really. You don't see that very often in high school ball.
No, because usually they'll just say the offense moved in order to make the defense jump. That's what they'll always say.
Yeah. So from 2nd down and 6 to 2nd down and 1. Waiting on the snap, and it's going to be a free play if they throw the flag, and they did. And a handoff up the middle to Hodge. He did gain enough for a first down, but I imagine they're going to take the penalty.
Pick up a couple more.
And pick up 5 yards on it. And get a first down. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I agree. I think he picked up 2 to get the first, but you take the 5 to get the 3 extra.
Exactly. 20 seconds left in the quarter before we head on to the final quarter.
It's like temperatures are dropping out here now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little chilly. I did not bring chili. I need to cook. Sorry, squirrel. It's getting, it gets cold, and that's my chili time. I'm sorry. My brain goes to cooking. I'm the cook of the family. My wife calls me the pit boss, but I also cook chili. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Sorry about that. Your score here in Waskom. Waskom 55, Big Sandy 0. We're going to be back in just a minute when we let them flop sides. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
And we are back, starting the final quarter of the ball game. Big Sandy has the ball. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line in their own side of the football field, trying to get to the other side, trying to get into the end zone for the first time in the ball game. Hopefully not to keep that goose egg on the scoreboard. Man in motion, and it's going to be handed off to him. That's Hamburg. Hamburg to the outside, and he gets past one into midfield. Going to get into Waskom territory at about the 48-yard line. There's our friend right there.
That was a great job turning the corner by Hamburg there, though.
Very good. Yeah, he's done that a few times. He has a good ability to watch and see, the blockers in front of him and see when to make that break.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest key for him is he's very patient when he's running the ball.
And that's a freshman.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that as a freshman and to give him a few more years, there is a player on the field. We do have an injury timeout.
That's why I was just filling time talking about
but
stats.
I didn't see that. I was looking down. Sorry, I'm looking down and then looking at my.
But no,
I have all
that goes
stuff
back to the point earlier. Like there is so many underclassmen in this game.
Yeah.
And for the Big Sandy team, and I think that's the biggest key for them is they've got a bright future, though.
Right, and it's exciting to see that for them, as a team and as a school, to see that. But I'm also excited about Waskom. They're tied for second, really, kind of right now in their district, and they're coming up on the end of the season, regular season. They're looking at playoff time.
Has Beckville and Elysian Fields played?
I don't.
Only reason why I asked that because that makes that Waskom Elysian Field game even bigger. Because what if Waskom goes and beats Elysian Fields? What do you do then? You know what I mean? Because they've each beat each other then.
I don't know. I just know.
I'll look that up.
The last two games that Waskom has is Elysian Fields and Hawkins.
Okay, so they have already played then.
Yeah, and Beckville they lost. Waskom lost to Beckville last week, 45-34.
Yes.
And then they have Elysian Fields next week, and Hawkins is their final game of the season.
Because that's what I was going to say, though, because if Legion Fields basically has beat everyone, and Waskom goes down there and beats Legion Fields, and Beckville has beat, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to create some chaos in this district.
And the score could cause a
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, to say the least, the district's not sold up for anybody, truthfully.
That's what I'm saying.
Could be a lot of wrenches thrown in this thing.
Everything counts.
Yes.
Which is why they're, playing as hard as they are. Well, luckily the player got up on his own accord and came off the field. And now we're back to action here. First down and 10 from the 48-yard line of Waskom. It's going to be a handoff to Hodge. Hodge trying to find a hole, cuts back across, does a good job. Gets down to the 40, still running. Takes about 3 Waskom Wildcats to take him down at about the 32-yard line, I believe is where they're going to put him. We'll wait and see. But he does get a first down for the Wildcats.
So we've been waiting on for Hodge this game is just to break at least that one tackle, because Waskom has had great penetration in the backfield. They're hitting him about the line of scrimmage or behind.
Yeah.
And he's able to fall forward, pick up a couple yards just carrying some guys, but finally breaks that one tackle, and he picks up 12 there. It's a big deal.
He did a good job of sidestepping there right at the line of scrimmage to gain that extra yardage. First down and 10 at the 33. And another handoff to Hodge, and he's up the middle, has a good one, and that's a ball that went on the ground, but I think they're saying he was down, and they are.
Yeah. It's the same thing as earlier.
Yeah. But I, honestly, in that situation, he ran into a blocker and a defensive player. I didn't see what he was seeing, and that just didn't. I was not understanding. But sometimes you just don't. Sometimes we look at things, differently than he sees on the field, and that's just how football go. Sometimes. It'll be second down. Toss over to Hodge. Hodge trying to get that corner, but he's hit. And a couple of Wildcats from Waskom get him, and it's going to be a loss on the play. Loss of probably, I believe, around 3. Pardon me. It'll be go down. It'll be third down, and actually no, they're going to give it. Well, the yard marker guy.
He moved forward and then kind of moved it back.
Yeah.
I don't think he was sure what was going on.
I'm confused. Okay. Well, they gave him a yard. I guess forward progress gave him a yard. So it'll be third down and 4. And it might be a free play. I'm not quite sure. But a pass to the outside. He comes back to it. And I believe that is Evan Jitjang, and he's fighting for it. And he gets to the 1-yard line. And he fought for every bit of where he is. He caught it at about the 3, and he fought for those extra 2 yards to the 1.
Yeah, I think Evan Jitjang wanted that touchdown. He kept fighting and fighting for that one.
Yeah, he was trying hard. And 9:04 left in the ball game, and Big Sandy knocking on that end zone door. And this is a big moment. First and goal from the 2-yard line, and it's going to be he's going to keep it, and he's stopped. That's Jitjang. Brandon this time. Fakes the handoff and just keeps it. I don't know if that was busted.
No, I think it was supposed to be a handoff to Hamburg on that one, but the problem was it was such a low snap that by the time Hamburg came back to him, Jitjang wasn't ready with the ball, so he just took it and tried to pick up what he could.
So it's going to be, he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's still going to be on the 2-yard line, so it's going to be second down and goal from the 2.
Got the crowd firing it up over here.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Man in motion. And that's going to be handed off to Evan Jitjang into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Sandy. And that's what they wanted. They wanted to be able to say it.
Got the goose egg off the board.
Yes, they did.
The man with the horn celebrates.
Yes, we're gonna let him have it. Let him do it. That's our buddy. He warned us before the game. He's like, is this going to bother you? Nah. Not at all.
I like that. There you go.
There you go.
Like a confetti bomb out here, too.
Here's the point after attempt. The kick is up. And the kick is good. That was number 13, Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown. And so the Big Sandy Wildcats on the board. And we'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We're trying to get some swag up here from the cheerleaders, but they're not throwing anything at us, so which is probably good. We got a lot of equipment up here that probably wouldn't be good.
I don't think you want them throwing what they were handing out there. Those were metal water bottles
and at our equipment. I don't know.
I'm just going to feel like I think somebody's going to get knocked out in the crowd if I start seeing one of those fly through. I might have to check on you and then laugh.
They were
Sorry.
very, very gently tossing them to people.
Underhand toss, like, oh, here you go, you're close.
55-7 is the score, 5:46 left, and it is a running clock. It's left in the ball game. That's a good kick. Had to run back and get it. I don't know who that is. I think that's D's. Flag on the play. Not really sure.
Holding.
Yeah. Not really sure who's carrying the ball, trying to figure that out, but he's going to get past midfield. Good run. He ran from one side of the field to the other side of the field. Gets a good carry, but I think it's going to come back.
It's all for naught, though.
Yeah, there's some laundry on the field, and it's going to be holding on the return team, so the Waskom Wildcats are going to get back and have it probably around the 25-yard line, I imagine.
It was great practice, though.
Yeah, good run. But unfortunately, one of your players wanted a hug or held on hands or did something too long. And that just is one of those things. That's a frustration on a return team. I was on all those returns, kickoffs, all that stuff. And when you have a good return or a good tackle and stuff like that, it just frustrating.
And you start looking around and you're wondering why nobody's cheering. You're like, wait a second. Oh, come on, guys.
Especially if you're I was the deep snapper. So when I did that and I go down and I'm actually the first one there to make the tackle, and then I'm like, dude, I just ran. I'm tired. You're gonna make.
You gotta do this all over again.
Do this all over again, man. You know, I'm fat. I don't want to do this again. 4:16 and counting, and that backed him up. And ball's on the 8-yard line. And it's going to be a free play. No flag, though. They didn't call that one. I say free play before the flag goes, but unless I'm not seeing it. Are you seeing it?
I do not see it. I figured that line judge on that far side would have called it, but nobody is saying anything. We're just kind of standing here.
Yeah. Well, all right then. But
all right then.
Xavier Cooks, number 32, was the runner, and he carried the ball about a yard on the play. So now be second down. 3:36 left in the ball game. Clock is running. One of the players threw his towel. It's going to be handoff to the outside. And trying to see. It's hard to see in that scrum. He did get a good gain there. About 6 or 7 on the carry.
Is it 17? No, I don't think it was 17. Was it?
I don't know. Caden Irving?
It's either look, it's tough to see those numbers.
Yeah.
I want to say 13, but I'm like, no, it can't be 13.
Yeah, they're actually the furthest away we've ever seen them coming towards us here.
Yeah.
But it's going to be 3rd down and 1, however. And it's going to be a handoff to the outside, and he breaks away. And they're to the 50, 40, and nothing but green grass for the Waskom Wildcats into the end zone. Touchdown. And I don't see any laundry on the field. So once again, a Wildcat from the other side.
trying to see
gets
who got
into the end zone. I can't see who it was, though. Was that Hernandez? Did he keep it and just take it all the way, or is that Deese? Is that number 9?
I thought it was number 8. I'm waiting for him to get over there, and I can't really tell.
Well,
longest touchdown run I've seen all year, and I can't even give kudos to the kid.
And Wesley Deese is the one recently that's been behind.
Yeah.
And
someone got an 89-yard touchdown run.
I'm trying to follow over there, but I can't quite tell.
No, it's even he's getting further and further away.
And those numbers are hard to deal with. So I believe it was Wesley Deese, but I didn't even hear the announcer call it. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. And I believe it's going to be no good. I think it was off to the right a little bit. So your score is 61-7. The clock is still running, a minute 24, and they even bypassed the 2-minute warning. And we didn't even have that, I don't believe. So as the clock wings down.
Jogging, is that it? The way they were jogging, like they weren't going to set anything else up. They were just going to let it keep going. But
no, I think they're going to do the kickoff and maybe have one play. I'm not sure. They're really not.
You see what I'm saying? Like the way they were jogging down here.
They haven't even set the play clock up yet. They're going out.
I think that's it. No?
The other team is just going to go. Yeah, I think they're just going to call a game. Referees aren't even setting up. They're just
see, that's
what
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You had the referees and the back judge and everybody. They were just sitting in the end zone.
Yeah.
That's why I knew something had to be up.
So I believe that's going to be the ball game. Yeah, they're going to call it. Here comes it. Referees are just going to run off the field, and that's going to be the ball game. So your final score here in Waskom is the Waskom Wildcats 61, Big Sandy 7. And that was a very decisive win. But one good thing about it is the Big Sandy Wildcats got into the end zone and did get a score, and that's what they needed.
Yes.
And,
but that's why I said in the beginning of this game, I think the biggest thing for them is trying to figure out who they are and trying to build some key pieces because they got a lot of young players.
Yeah.
So this is a great time for people to learn.
Yeah. And so, do you have anything to add?
No, I'm just going to say, and for Waskom, I can't wait for that Legion Fields game because if they end up winning that game against them, it's going to throw a big wrench in this district.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, that's going to be all for us here in Waskom. We're going to pack it down. It's a long drive for us home. And so, we have to work tomorrow. So, and school and all that fun stuff. But we hope you enjoyed tonight. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow night. I'll be in Troop for the Troop West Rusk game and a couple other games. Do you have a game tomorrow night?
I do not.
Okay. A couple other games tomorrow night as well. But anyway, thank you for joining us tonight. For Jeremy and Calvin, my name is Keith, and all of us at NETSN, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
He's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks a tackle. Oh my God.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Picked up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.